I was on tour in Sonoma, up in the Mayacamas mountain range, out in the middle of nowhere, up on a mountain, okay, at a beautiful winery. And what I often do is open up the door, let the guests out, and leave the door open in case they need to come back in to get a jacket or something like that. So we were at this winery for about an hour and a half, and when we get back on the bus, all of a sudden everybody's like, Darren, there's a bird on the bus. Now I can handle a lot of things, but I'm really not a bird handler. But coincidentally, on the tour was a zookeeper from the San Francisco Zoo. And within 1 minute, she had this bird in her hand, and everybody was petting it. It was all cute. No one was swatting at it, trying to get it out of the bus violently. It was just amazing serendipity. And this happens more often than not. The right person happens to be at that moment there.
There was a tour one time, we're coming back down Valley. We'd probably been to a couple of wineries already, and the buses got a little bit quiet. It's probably after lunchtime. It's a good time to get quiet. But the group was kind of quiet, so I decided to spark a little conversation. I started asking people what their very first concert was that they'd ever been to. This young couple sitting right behind the driver's seat there, they must have been about 23, 24 years old. Nice young couple from New York City, both DJs in the club scene out there, so they're very hip, very cool. You tell by the tats and the tattoos and the piercings, but they wanted to go first. They wanted to tell the story about their first concert. So the young lady raises her hand and she says, I'm pretty embarrassed, but my first concert, it was Travis Tritt and Reba McEntire. And I said, well, hey, that's not a bad concert. He's got a bunch of hits. She's got her own TV show, and if you're a country fan, that's great. She said, well, that's just it. I'm not a country fan. I was kind of going through a phase in my teen years and can't get away from it now. And I said, oh, well, that's no big deal. It's not like it was Sean Cassidy or something like that. It's your first concert. And a few people in the back had chuckled. They'd heard of the young man, Sean Cassidy, do run, run, do run, run, right? And, but nobody laughed harder than this young couple that I was talking to, sitting right behind me. They were just busting up. And I said, I'm surprised you guys have even heard of the Sean Cassidy. His last hit was probably before you were born. And well, this young lady, her boyfriend, pipes up and he says, oh yeah, I've heard of him. That's my dad. And I said, oh, hey, your dad's a great guy. And spent the rest of the day trying to make that up to the young Jacob Cassidy there. And he spent the rest of the day trying to call his dad, let him know the story. He thought it was hilarious. And whew, yeah.